Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. This is Tanush, and this is actually a party time. Let's all party because Jupiter is going to go direct, and let us discuss what would happen when Jupiter goes direct. So guys, Jupiter, which is the planet of optimism, growth, progress, right? It is going to go direct, and Jupiter was not in a very good condition. It was troubled because of the third aspect of Saturn. So that is one thing. Saturn was kind of restricting the results of Jupiter, and to add to it, Jupiter was also in the retrograde motion, right? So now we all know that Jupiter is responsible for marriage, expansion, family, wealth, higher learning, spirituality, travels, gains, job, many other things. We can just go on with the list. So this Jupiter was impacted from long time, I would say, because initially Jupiter was kind of debilitated. So it's going on from long time. From 2019 it started. Jupiter was in conjunction with Ketu, and then it got debilitated in conjunction with Saturn, and this went on, and finally April 2022, 15th April 2022 was the time when actually Jupiter came into its own sign of Pisces, and this is supposed to be a wonderful time, and we might have seen some positivity coming our way, some good things, because that is when Saturn also went into the sign of Aquarius. So things seemed quite positive, like life is just about to start after the long pandemic and all the bad things that happened. But again, Saturn started its retrograde motion. It went back to the sign of Capricorn, and from there it started aspecting the sign of Pisces, restricting Jupiter, and then Jupiter also got into retrograde motion. So this all happened. So from end of July, kind of things went bad, I would say, terrible for some people who are under Sadesati. Things went very bad, right? And Saturn was aspecting the sign of Cancer. So the sign of Cancer was badly impacted, and Moon represents, which is a lot of Cancer. Moon represents our nourishment, our mental state, our happiness. Moon is a very sensitive and soft planet, right? It also represents our wealth, and Saturn was aspecting the sign of Cancer with its 7th aspect, right? And the sign of Cancer was in deep trouble, I would say. They were stressed. Cancer ascendant and moon sign people were stressed. Now a very good sign is Saturn has resumed its forward motion and is ready to get into the sign of Aquarius, and now Jupiter is going to turn direct on 24th of November, and Jupiter is going to aspect the sign of Cancer, thereby giving a lot of infesting a lot of positivity in the sign of Cancer, right? So let us get started. I'll go ascendant by ascendant, what results we can expect. So a lot depends upon which Mahadasha you are running, which Mahadasha, which Antardasha, where Jupiter is placed in your chart, what is your ascendant. But I would be talking about a general results which everyone can expect, right? So let's get started, and you can see the timestamp for respect to ascendant in the description section, so you can go there and click on the link, and it will take you to your respect to ascendant, right? Now to speak about Aries, Jupiter is right now in your 12th house, and from the point when Jupiter went retrograde and Saturn was aspecting it, you would have experienced huge losses, or loss of business. If you had undertaken travel, then the travel was not very successful. So many things you would have seen, but now when Jupiter goes direct, it would curb all the losses. It would curb the losses, and this is a time where you can actually plan for travel if you have plans for long term travel, and Jupiter from there is aspecting your 4th house. So if you had any plans of purchasing property, and if you are running a very good dasha, then this is a time where actually your plans would actually fructify, right? So you can work towards that. Now Jupiter is also aspecting your 6th house. So probably your enemies would have given you a tough time, or if you had taken any loans due to a huge expenditure or losses, then this is a time where you can actually consider repaying those loans, right? And Jupiter is also aspecting the 8th house of sudden events and transformation. So Jupiter would help you to regain your health, because 6th and 8th house were impacted badly. Health might have been impacted, so Jupiter would help you, on those front as well, right? Now for my Taurus friends, Jupiter is in your 11th house, right? In its own house, in the 11th house, which is considered to be very, very good. But again, it was retrospect in the retrograde motion, and Saturn was aspecting it. So what happens is, during these times there is an expectation of some sort of promotion or monetary gain, or if someone is looking out for a new job wherein you get a wonderful package or position, then the offers might have come very near to you, and then it would have slipped out of your hand, or some sort of procrastination due to some issues might have happened, and then probably you would have felt down or bad. But no need to actually feel bad about it. Now when Jupiter goes direct, and when Saturn especially gets into your 10th house in January, those 3 months are very, very crucial to you guys. Saturn is going to do excellent for you. It's going to give a wonderful opportunity, and Jupiter will ensure that this opportunity would actually give you a lot of recognition, lot of fame. And if you are looking out for a job, then it would be one of the best jobs of your life with a wonderful package, right? So get prepared, Taurus guys. And sitting there, Jupiter is aspecting your 3rd, 5th and 7th house. If you have plans for marriage, this is the time. If your dasha is positive, this is the time where you can search for your life partner, or or partner. So you can do that search. People who are planning for children, because Jupiter is aspecting the 5th house, people who are planning for children, they can plan for children. And people who are in share market, especially if Jupiter is situated in a very good spot in your chart, birth chart, then this period is going to be amazing, because it is sitting in the 11th house, house of gains, and aspecting the 5th house. So 5th house is one of the dharma trikons, right, where Jupiter is very comfortable. So this is going to be one of the best times you can have huge monetary gains, right? Now my Gemini friends who have been suffering from long time, right, I can relate to that for different reasons. So Jupiter is in your 10th house going direct, and what was happening is Saturn, which is in your 8th house, was aspecting your 10th house, thereby restricting your growth in the career, creating a lot of confusion. Not only that, you are not sure, many people might have lost a job as well if Jupiter is not strong enough in your chart, right? So these things might have happened for you. And Gemini people have been suffering from long time, because from the time Saturn came to the 8th house, it was aspecting the 10th house and the 2nd house of monetary gains, savings, money, financial front. So a huge hit on the financial front, huge hit on your career or your profession you might have experienced in the past 3 years. But now this is a new beginning, I would say, because Jupiter is going direct in your 10th house. Saturn is kind of done its part in the 8th house and is ready to get into your 9th house, which is the Mool Trikon Rashi of Saturn. Saturn is the lord of your 9th house, right guys? So Saturn has planned something wonderful for you, which would be revealed soon. So just hang on, wonderful time is ahead for you, wonderful time, because the stay of Saturn in the 9th house for the next 2.5 years is going to be excellent. It's going to ensure that your future is kind of secured. And the next Jupiter in the 10th house is good, and the next transit of Jupiter is also wonderful. It's going to be in your 11th house. Of course Rahu is going to be there, but guys, it's 11th house, right? So it's going to be good. If your dasha is good, then you can expect some wonderful things to happen in your life, right? Now for Gemini, it is aspecting your second house, so it implies, if you are looking out for a new job, Jupiter, when it goes direct in your 10th house, it will give you wonderful opportunity. It will give you, the dream job which you are looking out from long time, or a respectable job. So people who have lost their job, don't get disheartened. This is the time. You have put in a lot of efforts, you have waited enough. Now is the time for action, because Jupiter in the 10th house is also aspecting the second house of monetary gains, right? So Saturn was blocking the second house of monetary gains, and say it drowned, it drained all your savings. But this is the time when Jupiter would rebuild those financial savings. It would actually try to recover the losses, the losses which you have incurred, right? And it's also aspecting your 6th house, so that's also wonderful. On professional front, it's going to be an excellent time for you, right? So guys, Gemini people especially, Jupiter would help you on professional front. Surely, your profession is going, your profession is, your future is going to be secured now, and you surely will get a lot of opportunities starting from now. Now for Cancer ascendant people or Cancer moon sign, this period was very stressful starting from January 2020, right? Because Saturn was aspecting your sign with its 7th aspect, right? And Saturn and moon, they don't go well along, right? So they are considered to be enemies. So Saturn has given you tough time. It has drained away that emotional quotient from you, right? Because moon, as I said, it's a very soft planet. It's a very emotional planet. It's a caring planet. It gives nourishment, and that is the reason Cancer represents mother in everyone's chart, right? So emotionally, you might have been drained out. You are looking for that emotional support now, right? And probably relationship with your mother might have suffered, or your mother might have gone through certain condition where your mother was very stressful. She had to go through a lot of pain, emotional trauma probably, right? But now when Jupiter would go direct in your 9th house, because 9th house is the own house of Jupiter in the Kal Chakra Kundali, so Jupiter would be very strong in the 9th house, and it would aspect your ascendant, thereby giving you, it would infest a lot of positivity, a lot of support, a lot of emotional support it would get, and then you would actually recover emotionally. It will give you that emotional strength to recover and get started again, right? So from there, like I said, it's aspecting your 1st house. It's also aspecting your 3rd house. So if you had, you might have actually lost your courage during this time due to many bad things happening, but now Jupiter would invest that strength, that courage to bounce back. It's going to be a very good time for you from Jupiter's perspective. It's also aspecting your 5th house, which is the own house of Jupiter. So your studies, your higher learnings, if you are into speculation or share market, all those things would actually you can see a lot of positivity on those fronts. And people who are planning for children, if your dasha supports, then this transit of Jupiter would actually help you to get a child, right? Now coming to Leo ascendant people, Jupiter is in your 8th house. It was actually retrograde in the 8th house, right? It surely has given you a lot of mental stress, blocking of money, but when it is going to go direct, it's going to actually heal you. So any health issues which were hidden, it would actually surface them out. It would bring them before you, and then you would understand that these are the issues which were hidden from you, and then you would start working on it. And so whenever the Lord of 8th house comes to the 8th house, it has two important things to do. One is increase your longevity. And how does it do? It does by actually bringing out all the hidden problems, all the hidden health issues, and then it will give you an opportunity to solve that, and you will get a wonderful solution for that as well. So if it might seem that some health issues are actually cropping up, but these issues were hidden inside and they are just surfacing out, right? So don't actually don't get disheartened or don't be fearful that Jupiter is giving you a tough time, right? It has come to actually solve those issues and prolong your life. So it is going to increase your longevity, right? From there it's aspecting your second house, so your money and all those aspects would actually see a positive a positive direction, a positive shift now, and it's also aspecting your fourth house, right? So again, any property matters, issues with your mother, a renovation of home, education, so all those things would get lot of positivity now, lot of strength, and you can consider doing that. Now coming to Virgo, Jupiter is going to go direct in your 7th house, and if you had any issues in your partnership or in your marriage, if your marriage was on the brink of breaking, or you were on the brink of separation and things were seeming to be very bad, then this Jupiter, when it goes direct, would actually it would give you an opportunity to fix those things if you wish so, right? So it will solve those issues. So either the issues would be solved, or probably you'll get separated, but the process would be quite smooth because now Jupiter has come. And people who are actually looking out for marriage, who have been waiting for marriage, this is a wonderful time because Jupiter has come here. The Lord of 7th house in the 7th house would actually give you a wonderful chance to find your soul mate, right, as they say. So you will find a suitable partner, and surely that person would be a very good person, so you can look out for that. And Jupiter is aspecting the 11th, 1st and 3rd house. So when it aspects the 11th house, if you get married, because it is aspecting the 11th house, then you can expect that would be a wonderful marriage. Second, if you enter into any new business partnership, then you can expect a lot of gains from that, right? And any investment you had done previously, you can expect good gains. Your network circle would also increase. Now it would also boost your confidence, your communication, and any health issues which you are going through, it will give you a chance to fix those. It's also aspecting your 3rd house, so you will feel very courageous during this time. Any issues with the siblings you had will be fixed. Your communication would be much better and much precise during this period. So it's going to be a good one. So you can utilize this opportunity. Now coming to Libra ascendant people, Jupiter has come to your 6th house, right? It's a lot of 6th house. It has come to the 6th house. So if you had taken any loans or you are in debts, this is the time where Jupiter is giving you an opportunity to actually repay those those debts or close those loans which were going on for a long time. So this is an opportunity, a window for you. And sitting there, it also aspects your 10th house. So any plans for change in the job would be quite fruitful now, would be surely very fruitful during this period, and you would also do very well in your profession. And it also aspects your 12th and 2nd house. So when it aspects the 12th house, it curbs your expenditure, and when it aspects your 2nd house, it increases your savings, right? So now from 6th house it is aspecting your 12th house, so it generally curbs the expenditure. Or if you had taken any loan previously, then surely you can take it to closure or at least repay a major amount, right? Now for Scorpio ascendant people, Jupiter is going direct in your 5th house, right? So 5th house is a wonderful house, and sitting in 5th house, it is aspecting your 9th house as well as 11th house and your ascendant, right? All 3 good houses. And 5th house is considered the house of children. So if you are planning for children, there cannot be a better time than this, because Jupiter has come to your 5th house, right? If you are into any speculative business, share market, etc., then this is going to be a wonderful time, because Jupiter sitting in the 5th house in its own sign is also aspecting the 11th house, which indicates gains from investment in share market. But obviously you will have to look how Jupiter is placed in your birth chart and which dasha you are running, right? So all that plays a major role, but surely it's going to give you a lot of gains from speculation, from share market. If you are planning to learn any new technology or get into new domain, then this is a perfect time. And people who are involved in any type of relationship, then this is a time where you can actually take it to the next level, where you can actually consider getting married. You will get all that support from your family, surely. It's going to be a very good one for Scorpio people, right? Now for Sagittarius people, the lord of 4th house is coming to your 4th house. So Jupiter is coming to your 4th house, and Jupiter gets wonderful directional strength in the 4th house, right? And it's lord of your ascendant as well, and it's creating one of the Pancha Mahapurush yoga known as Hamsa Pancha Mahapurush yoga. If you guys are running Jupiter Mahadasha, then you would certainly purchase some property during this period, either property or vehicle or some sort of land or renovation of property. So all those things are on cards, right? You will have very good relationship with your mother, and from there it is aspecting your 10th house, so it will give you that positivity in your career as well, right? So if you are looking for any job change, if your dasha is positive, then surely Jupiter is going to help you on those lines as well. And sitting there, it is aspecting your 8th, so 10th house we already discussed, but even the 12th house, right? So any hidden issues which you are facing, Jupiter can help you to actually solve those issues, identify them first and then solve them. And Jupiter is also going to curb your expenses because it is aspecting your 12th house. And any journeys you are planning, then this is going to be a very good time for journeys, right? Now for Capricorn ascendant people, Jupiter has come to a 3rd house. So Jupiter loses its directional strength in the 3rd house, but from there actually Jupiter is aspecting your 7th, 9th and 11th house. So all wonderful houses Jupiter is aspecting, right? People who are planning for marriage, perfect time. You are planning to get into any new business contract or new business venture, perfect time, right? It is also aspecting your 9th house and 11th house, right? So any journeys you are planning to undertake, long term journeys to foreign lands, or you are planning for that higher studies like PhD or master's degree and everything, right? So this is a wonderful time. Jupiter is going to support you there. Your communication is going to be very good. You are going to get that courage to go out and stand out, right? So Jupiter is going to do amazing things for you, Capricorn ascendant people. And it's also aspecting your 11th house, so you can expect very good gains from your profession, from your savings. Now you can consider strengthening your Jupiter with various techniques, various things, chanting of mantras. You can consider doing that. Now for Aquarius ascendant people, Jupiter is now in your 2nd house. Now this is a very good thing, because Jupiter considers 2nd house as its own house. It's the kark of 2nd house. So surely increase in the wealth, increase in family, which means having children, right? That indicates increase in family. Your speech is going to be wonderful, very intelligent during this time. Increase in wealth, increase in savings. It also aspects 6th house, 8th house and your 10th house, right? So when it is aspecting the 10th house, again if you are planning for any job change or change in your career, you can consider that, because Jupiter is in the 2nd house, right? So a wonderful transit, I would say, in the 2nd house. You can consider changing your job. You will get a wonderful package during this period. Or you want to start any new business venture, yes, you can do that. Now for Pisces ascendant, Jupiter is now going direct in your lagna, right? So it is again rekindling that Hamsa Pancha Mahapurush Yoga, right? So your 10th house and your 12th house, your ascendant, both are getting activated. So what can we expect? Your personality would be very bold and very intelligent here, you know. So people can see your personality as a person who is very bold, a person who is very intelligent, you know. A magnetic personality you will have during this period, right? And Jupiter is also aspecting the 5th and 9th house, all the dharma houses. So any plans for either marriage or children would work out, you know, very good during this period. So you can go ahead with those plans. Surely you can go ahead with those plans, and it's also going to give you that new opportunity, that boost in your career, because you know it's a lot of your 10th house obviously. So for Pisces ascendant, it's going to be an excellent transit. The direct motion of Jupiter is going to be an excellent one. Don't lose this opportunity. It's going to be wonderful, because Saturn is also going to go direct, right? It's already in direct motion, so it's not going to bother Jupiter anymore, right? So so guys, these were you know, some of my thoughts on the direct motion of Jupiter. So if you liked my video, you can subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, you know, I will be back anyways with another video, probably on lunar eclipse, because I've got, you know, many mails. I did a video on solar eclipse, so I would be doing that probably in a day or two, right? So thank you so much for watching my video, and you can subscribe to my channel if you like it. Thank you so much.